All right, it's Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with Keon Davis making his pro debut in the Scope Arena. Man, who would have thought? Sharing your brothers, what, 10,000 people coming in? I mean, insane. How excited are you to just display your skills?
Very excited, man. I can't wait to go out there and perform, you know, in front of my hometown with my brothers on the same card. Shit, I can't ask for nothing more.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you're 6'3", man. Who the hell wants to fight you, man? Like, you know, how'd you get an opponent for this fight?
I don't know. I guess they don't know about me yet, but sooner or later they're going to find out that I ain't nothing to play with for sure.
You know, ultimately, the first time I actually got a chance to see her, I think it was at the UFC gym.
Yeah.
And Coach Red, Coach Bomac, they were kind of going like, shit, that boy is good. Like, so I'm pretty excited to see you, you know, display your skills in front of everyone. But they mentioned a little bit that you got to work and spar with like Terrence Crawford and Shakur and things like that. What was the impressions that you left with them when you got to work with them?
It was great. It was great sparring them. You know, they my big brothers. You know, I always respect them, man. And it was just great work, man. I can't really say too much because you know that's my brothers, like I said. But I appreciate them for always, you know, helping me out. You know, I'm a student of the game. I'm always willing to learn from anybody. You know, so I appreciate them for sure.
You know, ultimately, your brothers, it seems to be destined to be a world champion coming up. I mean, he's took on a very tough fight, Gustavo Lemos. You know, the matchmakers were like, how about this guy? And he's like, no, man, give me the guy that Richardson Hitchens fought. And now he's being potentially rewarded a mandatory shot for the WBO title. So what do you think first about his fight against Gustavo Lemos, and how hype are you ready for the fight?
What I think first about it, I think he's just another opponent for Keyshawn, honestly. I think Keyshawn gonna go in there and dominate like every other fight. Lemos, he gave Africa a hard fight, but I don't think Lemos is lacking a lot of areas as far as defense and footwork. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like Keyshawn's just gonna beat him. Just gonna beat him on all boards. I mean, he got the power, he's tough, but everybody, all these fighters, you better come prepared and better be tough in there, but skillfully, Lemos is not there.
Do you feel that because Gustavo Lemos gave Africa a lot of problems, kind of like a slick defensive style, I mean, some people might categorize the slick black American style, that him fighting Keyshawn is going to be a very tough fight? Or do you see that, you know, that Keyshawn's a completely different fighter and has completely different elements based off, you know, just not those typical stereotypes?
I just feel like Keyshawn's just a completely different fighter. I'm not about to discredit Africa, you know, but I just feel like he's just a completely different fighter. His IQ, Keyshawn IQ way, he got a high level IQ, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he's gonna dominate the fight for real.
Would you not be surprised if your brother got the knockout in front of 10,000 people?
I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I'm calling it.
Yeah.
I think Keyshawn would stop him around like 8, 9, 10, like the later rounds. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a little time to break him down, of course, but 8, 9, 10 for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if Keyshawn get him up out of there.
You know, next opportunity to be a world title shot would be Dennis Bergkamp. I mean, you think, you know,
I think Keyshawn's stopping him too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Similar fashion, like later rounds, or?
Around the same thing, 8, 9, 10. You know what I'm saying? Because with Keyshawn, the fighter is, he gonna break you down, and then like, you know, them later rounds, you better have that same gas tank you had in the beginning. Yeah. Or Keyshawn gonna see that and he gonna turn up. You know what I'm saying? You can see that. You can see that when he fought Yigit. When he stopped him in that last round, you see how his punches started coming way different. Like his punches weren't coming like that. His punches weren't coming like that early in the fight. I feel like Keyshawn turns up later on in the fight.
You know, my last, I guess, lineup would then be if he gets an opportunity. I mean, Tank has been tweeting about him today.
What did Tank say?
I mean, you want me to verbatim? I mean, yeah. I can give the clean version.
Let me know, because I don't be on Twitter, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, all right, so this is pretty much stop eating, do that, this little N fighting on Friday night. He's not even worth mentioning. And Buddy's a B, code B, tell him to do something.
I ain't gonna lie. Tank gonna say what he gonna say. You know what I'm saying? It's just trash talk, for real, for real. Tank know what's up with Keyshawn. They done sparred, you know what I'm saying? They done sparred plenty of times. So it's like, I don't really know, but I'm gonna just leave that as that, you know what I'm saying? But Keyshawn gonna go ahead and punish this guy on Friday, you know what I'm saying? Then whatever Tank come across, we gonna punish him too. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the same shit.
Awesome. And before I let you go, for the fight fans that tuning in and they wanna, you know, see the full-on Davis brothers on ESPN or haven't got their tickets for the Scope Arena, I mean, what's the last message you want to tell everybody?
Next time around, make sure y'all get y'all tickets. And I don't want to just sit here and just talk about Keyshawn. Kelvin is about to get him a knockout too. You know what I'm saying? So Kelvin, tall fighter just like me, left-handed. He about to go in there and fight this experienced veteran, and he about to stop him too. No exaggeration.
I guess my thing, just piggybacking off the Kelvin thing, is that he's the oldest brother. He kind of paved the way that you've seen a lot of brothers typically do, right? When it comes to boxing. I wouldn't necessarily like mistakes, but it's like first experience go around, right? You see it with like the Mayweather's family dynamics, the youngest.
Right.
Floyd got the benefit. Jerron Ennis got the benefit for being the youngest. I mean, so with you, do you feel like you get the benefit because Calvin has kind of essentially been there and kind of shown a lot of...
Of course, I definitely get the benefit from Kelvin and Keyshawn because I get to watch all their wrongs and rights. You get what I'm saying? And I can just take from that shit and just learn from it and you know what I'm saying? Put certain things in my game, you know what I'm saying, learn from them type of thing. So I definitely benefit from that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
You think Calvin's the dark horse essentially in the division that people was gonna assume?
For sure. Calvin is like the black sheep that Calvin's gonna pop out and they gonna be like, oh man, he really was, yeah. Cause Calvin, like, you don't see a lot of fighters like Calvin in that 140 division. I feel like it's wide open, for sure.
I think he has a win against, was it Mario Barrios in the amateurs? Or?
Yeah.
Crazy,
yeah,
and he's
Mario Barrios in the amateurs for sure.
And Barrios the WBC world champ right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's just a matter of time for people to start saying Kelvin name the same way they saying Keyshawn name. It's the same thing for me too. Like, it's my debut, but everybody gonna start realizing who the whole DB3 is.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
For sure.